television. We're going to be talking, even though I'm going to deal in the beginning of the program, probably about the first 30 minutes. I've got the man that we hope to elect as the first black sheriff of Shelby County. Then I'm going to deal with a couple of levels, one from the Church of God in Christ and one that I know a white man had to send to me. And talking about you Negroes and how y'all act in politics. So we're going to be talking about that and all of that. We're getting ready to go live in just a minute. Hey, Tori Bradley, with your good-looking self, girl. How you doing, girl? You found it?
Yes.
All right. We're getting ready to go live. For those of you coming in on social media, hey, Teresa. All right. Y'all ready? I'm ready.
No, you need a chair. Let's see here. We got plenty around here. Y'all normally they sit chairs over there so they can look head on, but if y'all want to sit here, that's fine. If you want to move them over there, you can.
What? What's wrong with you?
When they made the word no, I told you.
Well, you don't have something to my gas?
Yeah. But y'all running for office and stuff, like, so this is the people's gas.
This ain't the people's gas. They ain't on the people's show.
Y'all have to excuse us. This is a daily.
This is the daily.
I was just saying that they could sit in front of you and watch your face if they like.
Officers and/or persons appearing on the program and do.
He ain't worried about nobody seeing nobody's face, but he is.
This program may include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Here we go.
If you wanna know, ask Daddy, yes. If you wanna go, ask Daddy, yes. He will let you know, yeah, yeah. Ask Daddy,
If only was saved, it is absolutely, positively not. And good Monday evening to you. I am the one and only. I'm Thaddeus Matthews, and welcome again to still the most controversial, the hardest hitting, the rawest, informative, sometimes even abusive, because sometimes I abuse some of these folks, especially running for office that shouldn't be running for office. Some folks just get mad. Y'all give me a little color on the screen too. Bring out my good color. So everybody see how good looking I'm looking today.
Your clothes,
Do what?
your clothes threw it off, right when you.
My clothes did not throw the camera off.
It did.
I didn't have these clothes on this camera before. Yeah, I just want to blame I get blamed for everything
That's right.
that folk do. But Miss Debbie gonna mess around and get me right eventually. I got on a blue suit. I love you too, Miss Debbie. All right, tonight's show is going to be a very interesting show. In about the first 30 minutes or so, I'm going to have on the next sheriff of Shelby County. A man that is already basically doing the job, and will be the first elected black sheriff. Floyd Barner is in the house, and I'm going to have him on in just a few minutes. But there's some other things I'm going to be talking about tonight. I got a letter, and normally when I get letters in the mail that don't have a name on it, I don't do nothing with it. But I got one from a white man, gotta be a white man. And I want to read what this white man is saying to me and about y'all, the other good colors. And this is a political letter from a man who labels himself as a retired veteran. We're gonna talk about that also. Then I got another letter where Moses Tyson, who was on my show several weeks ago, is calling out Bishop Brandon Porter. Brandon Porter says that Moses Tyson is a liar. And Moses is coming back. He's got a long letter, but the part I like to hear is when he said, Bishop Porter, let's meet in the front yard of Mason Temple. Since you want to threaten me, just me and you. I will have my driver there and you have your driver, and we can have an ambulance waiting until one of us falls. You threatening me, sir? These the saints now. And y'all talk about me cussing. Moses Tyson and Bishop Brandon Porter. Brandon has called Moses Tyson a liar for the things that he's been saying in many emails about the corruption in the Church of God in Christ. Brandon, several months ago, stated that he would come on my show. He's never made that appearance as of yet. After Moses was here several weeks ago, he put on Facebook and took it down that Moses Tyson is a liar. Well, Moses says, tell him that to his face. And I'm going to read the letter from Bishop Porter and the letter from Moses Tyson. So we got a letter writing night. We had an excellent time at the Necklace Truth, Liberation, and Empowerment Ministries on yesterday. I debuted my new recording. I waited to get 60 years old, 61. Well, hell, thank you for reminding me. 61 years old. I waited to get 61 to do a rap song. Now, I did the R&B, I did the gospel thing, but I did something that depicts the cussing pastor. It's called Fishers of Men. And no, I'm not going to play it tonight on there. But I played it yesterday morning at church. It's got a lovely beat to it, the whistles in it. I sound a little like Snoop Dogg, your dog. And my members got up and they started doing the Chinese checkers on a Sunday morning. if you go to the church Facebook page, or you go to the Thaddeus A. Matthews Facebook page, you will see it. Now, some of you holier than thou folk, you got all of it, that ain't no church, that y'all ain't gonna be doing that at church. But y'all have them praise dancers, okay? And I be trying to figure out what's the difference. Them little girl in them little tight leotards and ballerina suits. If y'all can do that, why couldn't the folk get up and start to dancing off of my song yesterday? Should I play it there? Huh? I ain't got it plugged up. I'm gonna play it before the night. And it hasn't been mastering it down. But I played it yesterday, and it was, we coming up with the Fatty Bear Shuffle. This is a song that will be able to be played what you laughing at? We'll be able to play it in the clubs and everywhere. People can get the message. And that brought me to what I'm going to talk about on tomorrow night. And I'm going to make a whole lot of church folk mad tomorrow. The subject tomorrow night is going to be, has the black church, as it is right now, become obsolete? That's going to be the subject on tomorrow night. I wish y'all cut that air back on too. I done got hot already. It was nice and cold when I walked in here. Now I got all these lights on me and I'm burning up. Can I get some air, please? I know she didn't roll her eyes at me this year. Will y'all touch some air on me?
I'm trying to make you blue. What is
You try to make me what?
blue?
Try to make me blue. But tonight, well, that's tomorrow night, has the black church, as it is now, become obsolete? We're going to talk about that on tomorrow night. But it is election season. This is day 3 of the early voting. I got the Thaddeus Matthews ballot. Everybody else got a damn ballot, okay? I went by one of the polling places on today. Everybody got a ballot. One thing I noticed about white folk, as I stood there, white folk walk up and tell you they don't want your ballots, okay? They know who they're going to vote for. Well, I want you to vote for only the people that support the Thaddeus Matthews show. Only them. Okay, only them. See, I don't understand how black politicians can run for office and y'all take all your money to the white people. Okay? I had a politician call me today and told me what he was going to give me. And then I told him, you can't give me what you want to give me. I told him how much it was going to cost. Man, come on by here and get a check. Okay. I went on by there and got a check. Black politicians have to learn that you got to support your own. Now, some of these other little talk shows around town, I understand, but here I am with the largest audience in the market, and you gonna tell me I don't like you? You ain't gotta like me, okay? Just write a good check. Let your check be good. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Market in the place where your words and your announcement and your agenda is going to get out. I even got a new marketing plan, new strategy that I'm gonna use. You all about the money? I am all about the money. That's what business is about. When you go to Channel 5, Channel 3, Channel 13, the commercial field, you pay them. It's all about the money. Don't think that because I'm a black man that I'm supposed to give you some charity. Charity starts at the house, and it ends there as far as I'm concerned, because this is a business. Now let me give you the Thaddeus Matthews ballot. I'm gonna give it to you now, and then when I come back later, you can get your pencil and paper so you can write it down. Naturally, for Sheriff of Shelby County, Floyd Bummer, okay? that's who you need to vote for. For county mayor, David Lenoir, not that creep, what's his name, Lee Harris, who wants to raise your taxes, who voted against the second chance. No. Lee is one of them token Negroes that the white folk have groomed for their own personal agenda. So send that funny looking boy on back to whatever it is he was doing before he got into politics. David Lenoir for county mayor. District 9, Edmund Ford Jr. Okay, Edmund Ford Jr., county commissioner in District 9. State senator in District 29, Justin Ford. Okay, Justin Ford. Vote for somebody whose name you can say. Justin Ford. In Senate seat District 33, Reginald Tate. You'll be surprised at all the things that State Senator Reginald Tate has done. I'm hearing some Democrats say, well, don't vote for Reginald Tate because he works with Republicans. If the Republicans are in the majority and you want to get something done in Shelby County, you got to go with the Republicans to get something done. You give a little, they give a little. That's the way politics work. Do not get all excited about whether somebody's a Democrat or a Republican, because they none of them gonna do a damn thing for you unless you make them do something for you. Register of Deeds, a young lady that is qualified, that's been in public service for over 20 years, Shalandra Ford. Give Shalandra Ford your vote. District 86 in the House, the one, the only, Miss Barbara Cooper. Can't nobody else beat her. Jeff Lee, you know I like you, man, but ain't nothing you can do with Barbara Cooper. Barbara Cooper has a history of service. Whenever I call Barbara Cooper, and I don't even live in her district, when I call Barbara Cooper is going to immediately get on the case. She's going to have someone, I believe it's Tamara, in her office that's going to immediately start sending me emails telling me who I need to talk to. District 93, Eddie Neal. We got to get rid of G.A. Holloway. Ain't just a damn thing you folk in Parkway Village and Orange Mound. He just like shining and looking in the camera. Eddie Neal is the man for that job. District 98, Antonio Parkinson. Give him your vote and your support. I got a cut commercial tomorrow for this young lady, Circuit Court Judge. Those of us who get sued from time to time, those of you who go through divorces, you have to go to circuit court. You need someone that is going to be fair. Yolanda Kite is the person. Yolanda Kite. All right? Allison Brownlee for State Executive Committee. She wants to be that. This one of them jobs in politics that you work free for. I ain't never understood it, but she paid me. I've known Allison for a long time. And Allison loves this thing they call politics. She wants to be on the State Executive Committee for the Democratic Party, Allison Brownlee. And then another gentleman who has paid me, and I gotta get him on the show. And folks thought we hate each other. And that's LaTroy Williams. LaTroy, I'm gonna get LaTroy on the show. He's running for Congress. Now, we don't know what his chances are, but he's running. He's giving Steve Cohen, who does not care nothing about you, black folk, at least he's giving him some opposition. All right, I'm gonna get ready to take a commercial break. Maybe when I come back, I'll be blue. Y'all see my blue suit at least. Look like I'm black and white. Am I black and white? Huh? Why am I in black and white? In front of the greens, my background is in color, but I'm in black and white. Reminds me of black and white TV. Although nobody can remember black and white TV in the studio but me. Okay. All right. When we come back, my guest will be the one and only, the next sheriff of Shelby County, and you've got to make this happen. You've got to make, this happen. The first elected black sheriff of Shelby County. His position is bigger than the police director. He will be the highest ranking law enforcement officer in Shelby County. Let's give Floyd Bonner our votes. We'll be back after these commercial messages. Y'all got me in black and, how am I in black and white?
You working on something, bro?
Because
At least I'm up there.
your suit is throwing the screen, it's throwing.
I've won this on TV
She think it's
many times.
that pink,
She thinks it's the pink on there?
She think it's a what?
that pink.
Okay, I might can fix that, that's.
That thing been up there for,
Has it been on
for what? Ain't nothing new behind there, is it?
No.
Yeah.
Huh?
Another nigga.
You work for the sheriff's department, young man?
I do.
What you do for the sheriff's department?
Superintendent in internal affairs.
Oh.
So.
Huh? Yeah. Come on, Florida.
We might go look at, pad. Check that my suit, bro.
Come here. Okay, okay. Cause on TV, they say that they the same.
Give me a mic check, Mr. Bonner, please.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Check, good check.
Have you took somebody else's page? Uh, okay. Listen, I noticed when they showed it today, some of the officers had on phone. Could have been the game, the task was, he told me.
Last, you wanna come back after this one? You wanna come back?
Uh,
You wanna-
cause he said that they blanked the guy. At the address that he was going to do it.
Right.
So I couldn't understand why he didn't show it.
I couldn't hear you. I said, even,
Run me Eddie Neal's. And then, is that, cause that's still on your list.
Okay, who's next?
Bring Eddie Neal and then bring me back.
Okay.
And we'll do those other three when we, come out of this set. Huh. Hey, Freckle fans, fantasy. Kevin Hayes, you gone. This is Black Radio on TV. This is a Black Radio on show. I don't know what that means, but.
Forty seconds.
Y'all got me colored on TV yet?
No.
No, how you, y'all got me black and white.
20 seconds.
Yes, you know.
10 seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, you're back.
All right, welcome back to the Thaddeus Matthews Show. I see I'm still in black and white. Now, how the hell they did that, I do not know at all. Okay. Let's see this. They'll see if you can change this YouTube TV around so that the sheriff gets in here. My guest right now is Floyd Bond, who has the opportunity to become the first elected black sheriff of Shelby County. Floyd, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Titus. Happy to be here with you again.
In your capacity now as the number 2 man in the sheriff's department, what is your duties as of now?
Well, right now, I'm responsible for running the day-to-day operations at the sheriff's office. It's funny because when I became the chief deputy in 2015, the sheriff, who was the previous chief deputy under the other administration, he only ran the law enforcement side. We had a chief deputy at the time that only ran law enforcement, then the chief jailer ran the jail side. But when I became chief deputy, he said, well, Floyd, you have experience in working in the jail. So he asked me to run the law enforcement side as well as the jail side of the sheriff's office, which is a huge component.
So technically, you're doing the job of the sheriff.
I'm doing a lot of stuff.
Okay. So
I
when
believe
you say that you have the authority over the jail and law enforcement, what's the difference in your capacities?
Well, you know, that is, we're housing close to 3,000 inmates, fellow Shelby Countyans. We operate 3 different facilities, 201, jail lease, and juvenile court. And, you know,
So you all operate juvenile court as well?
we're operating juvenile court to detention down at juvenile court.
Okay.
And so with various things that come up with the jail, you know, we're always talking, first of all, job one is the officer safety. We've got to make sure that our officers are safe at all times. That's what we strive for each and every day. And then it's the operational component of running that jail every day. We're trying to keep the inmates busy or the returning citizens busy with programs and different things to keep them occupied. You can imagine being in jail and there's your life is on the line before you go to trial. You can imagine that's a lot of stress on you. So we try to get them involved in programs, because the number one thing is, no matter what happens with that court case, the time that they spend at 201 or any of our facilities, we want them to be better citizens. We want them to be, we try to give them tools that, when they return to society, they can use them. So we're not just sitting them there and they're playing checkers and watching TV all day.
When we talk about experience for this particular job, what gives you the better skills or more experience or makes you the better candidate versus your opponent?
Well, 37 years, that is, I've been in the sheriff's office for 37 years, continuous service. I've started off working in the jail. I've worked all the various divisions throughout the sheriff's office, and each one has its own unique challenge. I've rose up through the ranks. No one has given me anything. I did it the hard way, if you will, and you know, from sergeant, lieutenant, captain, inspector, assistant chief, now as the chief deputy. And so my opponent can't say that. I manage over 2,000 employees. I've got a budget of $178 million that I'm responsible for. And my opponent can't say that. You know, what he does now, I think he has maybe 10 to 15 employees. So it's a huge difference when you're trying to manage 2,000 employees and $178 million and being responsible for that money to where we're not going back to the county commissioners asking them for additional funding because we didn't spend well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. One of the biggest complaints, excuse me, that I hear a lot of times about the sheriff's department is when we talk about crime, and especially here in the city of Memphis, knowing that the sheriff's department has full authority to patrol the streets of Memphis, citizens in this county often wonder why you don't see a larger presence of sheriff's officers in the city of Memphis. How do you answer that?
Well, a lot of citizens think that we have a huge number of force at the sheriff's office. We only have 641 officers. Completely. And we're running the courtrooms. We have over 40 courtrooms that we have to man. We man a fugitive division. And then we manage all of the other divisions that we have. We are a full service law enforcement agency. Now, the thing is, patrolling the city of Memphis would logistically or with the radio systems that we have, for instance, when a citizen calls 911, it's going to go to the MPD's dispatcher.
Okay.
Okay, so even if one of our cars were riding down the street, it would be no way that officer would know what was going on at that particular spot where that citizen was calling for 911. So logistically, it's very difficult because we operate on two different radio systems. So it's hard. But now we do a lot of work inside the city. We've got a Metro gang unit that's working probably over 95% of their time in the city. I do have civil officers that serve papers. I may have told you this story the last time I was here. One of our officers was out serving papers, and he was over off McLemore, and a lady and a man was fighting in the middle of the street, and she was giving it to him because she had a knife, and he didn't, and he showed up at the knife fight without the knife.
Okay.
And she was really giving it to him, but he was able to stop it, which would have probably led to a homicide.
Okay.
Because she was very angry, and she was stabbing that gentleman. So, you know, we have officers that do patrol inside the city. And then I don't want to leave out our school resource officers, which are so important with some of the things that we've been talking about on the campaign trail, mentoring kids inside of schools. You know, I just don't believe that a child is born bad. You know, he might be in a bad situation, but that child is not born bad. So with our school resource officers, not only are they there to provide security, but they're also there to mentor these kids, to talk to them. A lot of times, kids will talk to you and tell you what's going on, but they'll also tell you what's going on around the neighborhood or at the house. And so our officers are trained to get that child's social services that they need if they recognize that problem. And the only way that they're gonna recognize that problem, you gotta be around, you gotta build that trust with the kids. And that's what we expect out of our school resource officers, that they build trust with those students, and eventually we're able to solve crime as well as help that child if there's a need for it.
As the sheriff, or wanting to become the elected sheriff of Shelby County, what's your agenda? What is it that you would like to see happen as far as law enforcement on the side of the sheriff's department?
Well, the things that we've been talking about, again, that is going back to our school resource officers. We want to move some school resource officers into elementary schools. Right now, we're only in middle schools and high schools right now. We're in 28 of the high schools and middle schools in Shelby County. I think we need to start a little bit earlier. I would like to see us move into some elementary schools, start talking to these kids at a little bit earlier age, and build that trust that is so desperately needed in our community. And then that community engagement component, getting out in the community, do what we call now problem solving policing. Nobody knows what's going on in the community like the citizens themselves. Instead of us coming in telling you what to do, we want to hear from you and see if we can't solve that problem for you. So it's a dialogue back and forth.
So, well, what do you say to that customer that says, well, we've got crime in the city of Memphis, and we need to do something about crime? What is it that you, and I know, I'm sure daily, you have a conversation with Director Rollins.
Right.
But what is it that you can do in conjunction with the City of Memphis Police Department that's going to make the citizens of this county feel safer?
Well, like you say, Director Rollins and I talk on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and they're short of manpower just like we are. I mean, right now, we're probably looking at about hiring 65 deputies over the next year just to fill in some gaps, if you will, that we have in our department. Now, I think the police department is still about 300 to 400 officers short. So what we do is, in conjunction with working with the precincts in the city of Memphis, for instance, if the Mount Moriah precinct called, the colonel over at Mount Moriah is having a problem in Mount Moriah. What we do is we come in with, for instance, with our fugitive division. We're looking for guys with warrants in that Mount Moriah precinct. Now, what does that do? That put more visible officers on the street in that area. Plus, we try and we do a very good job of finding that fugitive to get him off the street. So it's things like that we work with the police department on a daily basis, even with our gang unit. One of the precinct commanders call us, and there's some gang problems. We have shut down, we have a gang initiative over in Binghampton, over in Riverside, and we're going to continue to do those things. If gang members want to break the law and commit these violent crimes, then I think you may have saw on the news about last week where the U.S. Attorney Mike Donovan has re-energized the PSN, Project Satan Neighborhood program, where convicted felons, if they're caught with just a bullet in their pocket, if they have a violent history, they're looking at 5 years in the federal penitentiary. Now, I say that and say this, that we can't arrest our way out of our problem, okay? But for our most violent offenders, the ones that will not abide by the law and want to terrorize the citizens of Memphis and Shelby County, we have a place for them. okay? There's room in the end, okay? But, you know, if we can get to our kids before they get to that point, that's what we wanna do. We wanna work with the programs, we wanna work with nonprofits, churches, anybody that's willing to partnership with the sheriff's office. We wanna be a part of it. We wanna be a vital part in this community and get our brand out there a little more.
Let's talk about the jail.
Mhm.
When you are arrested in Shelby County, the process of being booked in jail can be 6, 7, 8 hours.
Right.
Then the process of getting out can be even longer than that. What can you, as the sheriff, do about cutting down the time that it takes to get out of jail?
Right, and I hear that all the time. I hear that complaint from the citizens. It's something that we are working very hard on. About 3 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, I think maybe we talked about this once before. We were forced into a new computer system, and we're still having all kinds of issues with this system. The county bought the system, and it ties into the jail to clerk's office, the 24-hour clerk, as well as the court clerk. So if any one of these systems goes down, then it literally shuts us down. I hear citizens talking about this all the time, and you know, you try to explain it, but we understand. You know, we're at the tip of the sword. You know, we're who everybody else is looking forward to provide the answers. We need additional training on this system, and now that even when the system goes down, we've worked it out now to where we're doing everything manually by hand. So this is a slower process than working, and then we got to make sure that we're not letting the wrong person go. We got to make sure that we're not letting that guy go that has a warrant out of Indiana or
I mean,
Michigan.
but the last step, being one who's been down in your jail before, the last step of getting out is, you know, going by the NCIC on your way out. I mean, you get all the way to the door.
Right.
You can see freedom on the other side. It's like looking at heaven. You done put your clothes on,
Right.
and you at the door, and you stop and you're checked all over again. So don't you already have the system in place to make sure that you're not letting out the wrong somebody?
Well, you want to check and double check. In your case, I'm sure they wanted to double check.
Well, I'm just fortunate sometimes that I don't have to stay as long as other folks. And I ain't planning on, look, your jail is the worst place in the world
No,
to
no,
visit.
no.
Yes, oh, yes it is. I'm speaking as one who's been there, you know, I don't get the special, well, yes it does. All your people have been nice to me the 2 times I've been there.
Right.
Is it 2 or 3? Well, they've been good, nice, and I guess I got a lot of viewers down there, but I watch some guys that may not know how to maneuver their way through the system and may not know who to call.
Right.
Okay. And I see people who will stay there for, and I'm talking about even before the computer glitch,
Right.
that it take you 16 hours to get out of jail.
Well,
The judge lets you go at 9 and you still there the next moment.
Well, again, all of these systems has to talk to one another. One of the things that we were really kind of disappointed with when they bought this new system is that they didn't, you buy 2, 3 different systems, and
Okay.
then you don't put the bridge to make sure that
That all of them talk to each other at the same time.
Yeah, that they're talking to each other. So a lot of times when we're trying to do something, the clerk's office is trying to do something, and the paperwork is just, one computer goes down and it shuts everything down. So now they're calling county IT, trying to fix the problem, if you will. And then we have to go to manual. And now, you know, when you go, we've been on a computer system for for years and years.
Mhm.
Now, when you go to manual, it's just like the kids in the squad car. You know, I kind of laugh because they have computers in the car. When I was riding in patrol division, we had a piece of paper and a pencil.
Really?
And so I don't know what these kids, you know, I often laugh. I said, if their computer go down, would they know how to function, you know, because we're in the computer age now. And there's nothing wrong with technology. We're moving to a technology with body cams, GPS systems. We're trying to get into predictive analysis, where we're able to predict where crime might occur. So there's nothing wrong with technology, but ain't nothing like a good old pen and a piece of paper.
When you look, when we start talking about technology and we start talking about the sheriff's department as it is now, we look at 600, what is it, 641 officers?
641 officers.
How many officers do you actually have in the courts?
We have roughly about, off the top of my head, I'm going real quick here, about 70 of those officers.
So that's 70 from the 641.
Right.
So we're 500 and something.
Right.
Then you've got your details.
Right.
So when citizens complain about there's not enough officers on the street, do you think that they should be getting on their county commissioners and saying that we need a larger budget for the sheriff's department so that we can hire more officers to put on the streets?
Well, I'm not gonna fuss at the county commissioners. They've been very kind. Some of those commissioners have really stepped out on the limb for us at the sheriff's office. As a matter of fact, they just agreed to let us hire an additional 30. That's why we're at that 65 number, if you will. But it's about budget. I mean, you know, everybody has a budget, and certainly I'm not gonna sit up here and talk about, well, give me 200 more officers, but your property taxes are gonna go up.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a balance. It's a delicate balance as to what we're doing and how we do our business. But the county commission has been good to the sheriff's office, and I have a great working relationship with them on both sides, Republicans and Democrats. So I'm able to call over if we have a problem, an issue, and when we were asking for an additional 30 officers, they you know, okay, it was without hesitation.
As the sheriff of Shelby County, your function politically is somewhat different than that of Michael Rollins.
Correct.
Michael Rollins serves at the will of the mayor.
Correct.
And you serve at the will of the people.
That's correct.
You have no one to answer to, but to the citizens of this county. So when persons go to the poll and they vote for Floyd Bonham, what are they getting?
Well, they're getting this, a 37-year veteran. I've been endorsed by the sheriff. I've been endorsed by the Memphis Police Department Association, the MPD Association. I've been endorsed by the Deputy Sheriff's Association. I've been endorsed by the fire department, the firefighters. So, to me, it should say something when your fellow peers, first responder peers, think that you should be the next guy. So when you get in a guy, you get a guy that's come to work every day, a guy that has all kinds of experience. You get a guy that is committed to this community. Like I said, I've been at the sheriff's office for 37 years. I hadn't left. Don't want to leave. I enjoy serving these the citizens of Memphis and Shelby County. So it's about commitment. You know, I like getting up, going to work each and every day.
When that person walks into the polling booth and they see your name and they see the name of your opponent, what should be the factor that they look at that says Floyd Bonham is the better choice?
Well, I hope they decide that before they get to the poll and don't do an eeny, meeny, miny, moe on me. But just look at our qualifications. Look at what I have to offer, what I have given to this community, what I propose to give to this community, and would continue to give to this community. And I think hands down, you'll see that Floyd Bonner should be your next sheriff. One thing that I would like to remind your viewers that if you live inside the city limits of Memphis, you can vote for sheriff. You can vote in all the county elections. But sometimes when I'm out on the campaign trail, there seems to be some confusion that, well, I live in Memphis, so I can't vote for you, or I live in Cordova, and I can't vote for you, and that's.
You know, and it's funny that you said you would like to remind my audience, which is going to be a lot of black folk, and I found that very same thing to be true, and it was surprising a few years ago when people would tell me, I didn't vote in the county elections. I don't live in Shelby County, I live in Memphis.
Right.
Well, Memphis is within Shelby County, Collierville,
Correct.
Millington, South Memphis, y'all in Shelby County too. North Haven, you're in Shelby County.
Right.
Arlington,
That's correct.
okay, all of the counties, if you pay Shelby County property tax, you can vote for Floyd Bonner. There may be some, Floyd, who would say, as a black man, we never had a black sheriff. What do you say to my, because I got a lot of white folks that watch me.
Right.
I was at the Cadillac dealership today. Putting a
Exactly.
light bulb in my car, cost $400. I said, oh God. Little white lady walks up to me that works at the Cadillac place. I watch you on TV. So, what would you say to that white citizen? Even that person who likes to vote long partisan group party lines. You're a Republican. Why are you a better choice than, well, let me put this, since you here, I'll put it this way. I'll put it another way if you wasn't here. Why should white folk vote for you? No,
Well,
let me just put it that way.
Well, that is, you know, you talk about white, black, you talk about Democrat, Republican, and that is another reminder that if you are a Republican, and there are such a thing as African American that are Republican, when you come to the local election, you can vote either side. You can
Right.
vote, you can vote Democrat or Republican.
Right.
But what I say is that in this business for 37 years, and I've taken people to jail through various different assignments that I've worked at the sheriff's office, I never asked whether you were a Republican or a Democrat. You know, I've upheld the law to the best of my ability, and you know, if you want to get into the black and white thing, then you know, you still hadn't evolved. We've got to get past that.
But you know what happens here in Shelby County is, and I've seen it happen, I know of the last 16 years, is that white Democrats, a lot of times, will cross over and vote for the Republican because he's white.
Right.
But I think that when it comes down to the law enforcement aspect and the safety of this community, we need to vote for the person who is qualified, who has the experience to continue to keep this city safe. Anything you want to say in closing, Floyd Bonner?
Well, again, I'd like to encourage all the citizens of Memphis and Shelby County, please go out and vote. Early voting is till the 28th of this month, and then the election is on August the 2nd. We have an opportunity. There are good candidates out there. I think I am the best candidate in the sheriff race, but and I would humbly ask for your vote and for your support. And please look at the experience, look at the qualifications, and I'm sure you will agree that that Floyd Bonner should be your next sheriff.
All right, my friend and our guest, Floyd Bonner, candidate for sheriff. I'm urging those of you that support me and you support your county being safe, that you'll go to the polls and vote. Early voting, all of the early voting sites will be open as of tomorrow. All of your early voting sites will be open as of tomorrow. Get up. See, you can't complain if you don't vote.
That's right.
You don't have a voice. You can't get mad at nothing that happens that a politician does if you do not vote. And those of you in the African American community, you have the opportunity to elect the first black sheriff of this county. And white folk, y'all ain't got nothing to be scared of too, okay? Vote for the man with the experience. 37 years in the sheriff's department, working every division of the sheriff's department, starting off in the jail. And if you can make it through the jail, you can make it through anything. He's here, he wants your vote, and if you don't do what he said, I'm gonna hold his foot to the fire, okay? I'm gonna say, Sheriff, you told the people that this is what you are going to do, or we're going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, give Floyd Bonner your vote. We'll be back after these commercial messages.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, my friend.
Appreciate you.
All right, sir.
All right.
So I need a sheriff I can call.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
At any given time.
Sure.
I'm down here in your jail.
Yes, sir.
That's what he
I'm
got.
gonna call you before I get there.
I'm on my
I'm gonna call a judge first, and then I'm gonna call you. I was but I ain't gonna come back. Boy, that's the worst place in the, and I be seeing some of them down there act like they're at home. They see their friends, hey, man. What the hell?
You know what, when I first started the sheriff's office, he used to be a guy that was doing roofing. And he would go to jail in the wintertime, cause he quit paying his child support,
Okay,
cause he couldn't do no roofing.
okay.
But he'd have his bond money and everything saved up, so when the weather broke in the spring, he'd get somebody to go pay his bond, then he'd get back out. He said, man, where else can I sleep rent-free and get 3 a day and eat? And I don't have to worry about the winter time. He said, I can't work no way during the winter. I said, man, figure out that
But that's
Enough
their
of the numbers
mindset.
of the weekend that Democrats were outvoting Republicans.
Yes.
From the numbers, so.
But, you know, let's don't rest on that.
No, sir. All right,
All right, man, thank you again. Appreciate
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure.
all right, we're gonna put that up here. Take this thing.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, sir.
Your TV's going off. Who cut them off? We ain't doing nothing. Oh, there it go, right there.
It went to another one. Thank you. Must've been a little
That
laugh.
blank spot scared me.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you so much. All right, y'all.
All right,
All right, be careful, man. Thank you for coming. Let me re-center these brothers. Now come to the center, bro. That, you gonna come to the center, back to the center?
I'll come back to my son.
Either,
Oh! My knees hurting, shit. Ooh, ooh.
Look, he might be down there with me after all.
No, no. Ooh.
Don't knock on
Hell, don't y'all laugh, y'all, that's on social media. Y'all gonna mess around and get old one of these days. Can you see that?
I'm already there, my friend.
Huh?
I said, I'm already there, boy. It makes you pain.
Give me that switch.
I'll be careful.
All right, take care.
It always be right about that.
I couldn't be in like that, man.
You can move, so I need to do the things. Huh?
Huh?
I thought he was saying something.
Hey, oh, what's his? Lester?
His name not Lester. His name not Lester.
Okay, well, hell, you call him Lester, how come I can't call him Lester? Lester?
His name is
Or
Leslie.
Lester?
His name is Leslie,
Leslie?
but I can call him Lester.
Yeah, Tabitha, I'm getting old, but I still got, oh, okay. Praise Jesus, hallelujah. Shabba ba 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 ba.
And you're live.
Let's see what we got in that picture now.
Huh?
Let's see what we got in
I
there.
want you to try the sound system too,
Okay.
so I can see if this thing here is
You
going.
can see some of that now, but you're not getting all that real Latin.
Huh?
You're not getting all of that.
Can we raise it up?
That might help.
Hey, y'all can't even get my colors in tonight, so, yeah.
Hey, I'm in there doing stuff manual. Hey,
I don't know how I'm in black and white.
Hey, all these commercials I'm doing it manually, everything that went dead, and I'm doing everything manually. So, we're gonna make it every night, though. You know, go up a little higher.
I don't think it's gonna go no higher. I can probably crank it up there.
See me in black and white.
How in the hell y'all got me in black and white?
White in 2019. It's time to think.
It was funny.
It ain't funny to me.
Let's see what we got.
I'm talking about what you said was funny.
What?
I really got you. His head is white.
Nah, but you're still not getting all of it.
What you missed?
How much?
Now,
Okay.
stay there. Don't go back.
Don't- Right here?
Yeah, leave it. I think we're gonna be good.
Okay.
If you want something different, when we come on, let me know. I think that's it.
I want to see if I can get this music here on.
Let's give it a shot. Let me know when you're ready to come back, what you want,
All
bro.
right, cut that system up so I can see if we can get it.
Oh, that's good enough.
Hey, it's up. It's up.
It's up.
That's it.
You can hear Brian.
Yeah, that'll work.
You good?
Yeah. All right, bring me back after this. I'm ready to go. Y'all ready to do it? Now, let me get raw.
30 seconds.
Okay, let me get raw now. I ain't got the words.
20 seconds. Ten seconds.
Make sure you got this
You
up
got
now.
5, 4, 3, 2, you're back.
I had, we're back. I'm in black and white tonight. I don't know why I'm in black and white. We didn't even have black and white TV long when I was a child, 60 years ago. And my background is in color for some reason, and even my side. Antonio Parkinson. Look, you candidates that you still got time to get on my list and to be supported by me on the show. Get your voice out there. Look, doing this or advertising. Look, doing this. Get your sign. Hell, y'all can't see all the sign. Can they see all the sign on the TV?
No.
Y'all can't. Look, Dale, take that thing down. Look.
You got no patience, though.
Antonio Parkinson, re-elect him, okay? Okay, now, to get this through your, and what I'm going to do, and we're going to fix it, we didn't have time to play with, we'll probably put it up behind my head or something tomorrow, and then pull the camera out. But, Antonio Parkinson, I'll take your sign for $1,000. Now through August 2nd, you can still be promoted. If you want a visual, you want me to make you a visual commercial, we'll do it for $1,300. Okay? That way I get paid. My guy that does my production work, he gets paid. Okay? You candidates, and why am I saying that on the side over there?
What'd you say? Yeah, we're trying to get it all.
On the side. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Lord help us tonight.
Oh, you have some issues, trust me.
Okay. I see part of a commercial on the edge of the screen.
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
I'm doing everything manually in there.
Y'all need to practice before I get on the air.
No, it's a system. It's not.
That? Oh. Okay. All right, let me just go ahead on and do what the hell I'm gonna do. But you politicians, you still want to be promoted and advertised? Some of y'all need some advertising. Bad folks don't even know y'all all running. Bring me $1,000. $1,000 from now through August the 2nd. And I can do it, I can talk about you here on the air. If you want a visual commercial, like I'm going to create tomorrow for Miss Yolanda Kite, then bring me, look, what I said, $1,300, bring me $1,300. And I can get you on air many times the very same day. So it's about business. That's what politics is to me. It's all about business. You know, I'm not your normal pastor. This is not your grandmother's church, okay? I cut a rap song. You got this thing up?
Yes, sir.
On Saturday, and I played it, and this is the rough version of it. I still gotta have it mastered down a little bit. Those of you recording, you know what mastering is. But I put it on yesterday at church, and my folk, oh, cut it up a little, cut it up, cut it up. I'm a real fisher of men. See what it sound like on TV? I know these speakers are in the studio.
Should push you past your fears. The perfection is the foundation. Empowerment is the key. And if you don't know the truth, why the hell you listen to me? Constant cultural attention. For the teaching you don't listen. For the whole speculation. We stand our presentation. Don't see me no request. I ain't trying to be your friend. I'm out here on my mission. I'm a real picture of me. Constant cultural attention. For the teaching you won't mention. For the whole speculation. We stand our presentation. Don't see me no request. I ain't trying to be your friend. I'm out here on my mission. I'm a real picture of me.
Now you want to hear the rest of it? Come Sunday morning to the church. I'm gonna master it on down. I'm a real fisher of men, and I'm just blocking folk here on the Instagram here. I'm not trying to be like your pastor, okay? I'm not trying to be like the pastor, your bishop and your elder. Tomorrow night's show, okay? Tomorrow's night show has the black church, as it is now, become obsolete. Okay? Has the black church, as it is right now, become obsolete? We don't talk about that on tomorrow night. If your church ain't doing nothing but talking about saving souls and ain't teaching you how to save no money and how to create wealth in your community, your church ain't shit. It ain't. If don't nobody ride good at your church but the pastor, don't nobody live in a nice house but the pastor, and he's not teaching you about finance in the church, your church ain't shit. It ain't. If there is no plan of economics and economic growth, then something is wrong with the church. See, too many of you are under the assumption that you're supposed to be broke. I'm waiting to get my treasure in heaven. I don't want nothing down here. And he said that you have come to have life and have life more abundantly. You ain't supposed to be broke. What kind of damn God y'all serving? Y'all serving the EBT card God. I serve the gold card and the platinum card God. That tells me I can have everything, but y'all got preachers hooping and hollering, running and jumping, and ain't doing a damn thing to make sure that you got something in your pocket. Boy, I know what I'm gonna say tomorrow night, gonna piss you off, but ask me if I give a damn. Do you give a damn? No. Don't give, I don't give 3 F's. Y'all know what the F stand for. I don't give, no. Because the church is obsolete. If all you try to do, if all you talking about, when I get to heaven, hell, I ain't no hurry to get no heaven. Hell, you gotta die to go to heaven. Or wherever y'all going. So this thing that we call religion is not of God. Well, I don't want to get into my show too early. Cause I got a word for you tomorrow night. See, a lot of this stuff that we're doing in the church, and they get mad at me. I saw some people on Facebook because they saw my two or three of the girls at the church. They were doing the Chinese checkers when we gonna recreate it and call it the Fatty Bear Shuffle. We gotta put a few little moves in it. Y'all got these damn praise dancers in the church. How come the folk can't dance? That song, Fisher of Men, can go both ways. It can go to the secular community. It can go to you Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized ass folk. You ain't big no. The only fire you ever seen is on the damn TV. What I'm saying to you, that this thing that y'all calling church, y'all think church is a building. Yeah, you think it's. But I don't want to get into tomorrow night's show. But you tune me in tomorrow night. Is the black church, as it is now, has it become obsolete? I do not believe in religion. Let me say it. Let me say it. Can I just, can the pastor just go and say something? I'm gonna just go and say it anyway. If your church is just about putting hollering, running, and jumping, it ain't teaching you how to live, your church ain't shit. I don't care whether it's a Baptist church, I don't care whether it's a Methodist church, I don't care whether it's a Church of God in Christ. You bringing all of the tithes into the storehouse. But that's as far as they're going. You having building funds, and you've been having a building fund for the last 50 years, ain't bought a damn brick, ain't bought a doorknob, ain't bought a latch to go in the bathroom stall. But what are you doing as far as the people in the community? You the cussing, I am the cussing pastor. And because I'm the cussing pastor, like the song says, the cussing is what got your attention. But people around the country are listening to the message. Because see, I'm not teaching all that that by and by when we get on the other side. So I'm trying to talk about how you're going to live here. On this side, Jesus did not come for you to die. And your church can't save no souls, no way. When you hear the pastor talk about we in the soul saving business, he a damn lie. He just told a damn lie. Oh, brothers and sisters, we're in the soul saving. No, you're not. You can't save no souls. It was like that Negro Ricky Floyd that was going around here talking about having a damn 72-hour blessing. How the hell I got to stop with 72? That if I do this, that, the other, I'm going to get a 72-hour blessing. You ain't got no blessings that you can hand out. All blessings come from God. I'm going to give you the 72-hour blessing. No. How come I can't give you 3 days of blessings? Then on that 4th day, I ain't got no blessing. So y'all been listening to bullshit from the pulpit. Ooh, boy, I think that'll preach. Bullshit from the pulpit.
That's a message.
Is that a message?
Yep.
I'm going to preach that. Write that down. Bullshit from the pulpit. Ooh, that'll preach. That's well, I done got off into my subject for tomorrow night. I don't want to do it. I'm going to preach that. Huh?
I said, okay.
Yeah. 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 I'm going to tell you the real story about tithing tomorrow. Lord have mercy tonight. Do y'all think that'll make a good subject to preach? Will you come and hear that message? Bullshit from the pulpit. We have fed you so many lines of bullshit that you are scared of the truth. You don't even want to know the truth. Bullshit. That white boy that you call Jesus. Bullshit. Stop now, Thaddeus. Stop now, Thaddeus. Stop now. You gonna upset the church folk. I might preach that Sunday morning. Lord, he gonna say that in the pulpit and yes! You sit in your churches and listen to bullshit. Lord, help me today. You allow the bullshit of your pastor to go on. You talk about me cussing, but he's screwing the little boys. Bullshit from the what? I felt that. Woo. You don't want to hear you. Ooh. Can I preach that Sunday morning? Spirit gave me that one. Lord, have mercy. But that's what you like. You think running around the wall means something to God, but you ain't running into your neighborhood trying to save the lives of nobody. You're running around the wall 4, 5 times, talking about you full of the Holy Ghost, and you're not running into your neighborhood to make sure that your community is full of food, full of knowledge, full of life. It ain't nothing but bullshit. Ooh. Lord, stop now. I'm going to mess around and get happy. Ooh, that'll preach. That'll preach. You hooping and hollering, running and jumping, and I like a little hooping every now and then. But you hooping the folk 52 Sundays a year, and all you got to offer is a hoop. Bullshit. You speaking in tongues, but you won't even speak to your fellow man. Bullshit. Lord, I'm going to preach that Sunday morning. That's it. I was wondering, Spirit always give you what you need. He going to preach that from the show enough. Y'all need to come Sunday morning. That's it, Sunday morning. That's it. Sunday morning. Bullshit from the pulpit. Kind of rhyme too long. No, have mercy. Those of you around the country, you'll be able to watch me on social media. See, we need some teaching as a people. See, the black church as it is now is becoming obsolete. Okay. That's my subject matter. Let me stop. I mean, gave y'all the whole show for tomorrow night. But y'all know I'm telling y'all the truth. And the reason that a whole lot of young folk don't go to church is because of the bullshit. You want to act like you so heavenly until you ain't no earthly good though. You better than everybody else. Mama gone to a better place. Bullshit. Mama wish she was still here. Somebody said they get that with a Dr. Watt. Yeah. Ooh, Sunday morning, you need to be there for this one. Bullshit from the pulpit. All right, let me stop there. I've been got myself all. Ooh. Mhm. You act like you so heavenly at this church, but you don't know how to treat your fellow man. Somebody, I'm talking about somebody that's legitimately hungry. I ain't talking about none of these scam artists. Your next door neighbor, you know, hungry. They ain't got no food at their house. Man done ran off. What do? Just wait on Jesus. He'll fix it for you after a while. Hell, I'm hungry right there and now. Bullshit from the pulpit. All right. Woo! Lord have mercy. Yeah. Got this letter from this white man. I'm gonna read this. See, a lot of y'all mad at me because I'm gonna just tell you like it is, and I don't give a damn what you think. I got some folk on social media that got upset today because I was talking about entrepreneurship, owning your own business. You'll never be a boss when you work for another boss. Did you hear what I just said? You can't be the boss when you're working for the boss. Some of you, the church has not taught you that their God has a plan for your success. You have become so complacent with how many hours y'all work? 40 hours a week. 15, they give you two 15-minute breaks. Is somebody advertising? Come take them on. Two 15-minute breaks a day. How long they give y'all for lunch now when y'all work on them jobs? You making somebody else rich, but you don't have the power, you don't have the ability, you don't have the desire to make your own self rich. I put up a post and somebody says, I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. Who wrote that? I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. You're a damn liar. And Jesus never told you that you couldn't have it. The pastor got it. First lady got it all in that big lampshade ass hat she wearing. With all them studs on the suits and stuff. She got it. But you supposed to wait and die and get you some silver and gold. The devil is a lie. I'm going to be able to go to the bank. You ain't happy when you broke. I used to hate when we was in church and they had that little offering, what they call it, the post saints offering. Les, you remember that, don't you? Yeah. We all had it in the Missionary Baptist Church. The post saint. How come I got to be a damn post saint? And then I'll say, oh, my father's rich in houses and land, but I'm a damn post saint. I gotta be a post saint. I ain't gonna be down one of them kind of saints. No, sir. No, sir. Why don't you want to own your own business? My business plan, I might take it Sunday morning from 9 to 10 and just go live so that we can talk around the country about educating our folk about money. Because, look, we ain't got nothing in our hospital but a damn church. How come we're not talking about building houses in our community from the church? How come we don't have hospitals in our community? How come we don't have a grocery store we own? How come we don't have service stations that we own? Over 4,000 black churches in Memphis and Shelby County, and we don't own a damn thing. Pulpit, shit from the pulpit is the reason that you don't. Y'all keep on waiting on Jesus. Y'all keep on waiting. I'm just waiting on Jesus. Oh, one of these days your ass gonna be in the grave. And you're gonna miss all that God really had for you. Sunday morning, you need to be in naked truth. Because I'm going to give you the naked truth. You get the white man to even build your church. You got business folk in your church, brother pastors. You got 2 or 3 folk in there that fix hair. They cosmetologists or hairstylists. But you won't stand up. Sister John, stand up today. All you weave wares in the church, and that's going to be every woman in the house. Almost. Sister so-and-so, 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 and so-and-so, they do have. Let's keep the entrepreneurial spirit going on in our ministry. All right, tomorrow night, I'll deal with that tomorrow night. I'll deal with that. Has the black church, as it is now, become obsolete? You cussing. I am he. I am he. But I was telling y'all, I was talking about a business. Y'all remember when I was on the radio, I had the Fatty Bear underwear. I sold drawers. Okay? It had my picture on it. It came up as a novelty when I was on radio. This is about 6, 7 years ago. And I sold a whole lot of drawers from an idea. You take ideas and turn ideas into money, into finance, into multiple streams of revenue. The Bible even teaches you in the Old Testament in Genesis about multiple streams of revenue. You should have something that flows into your river so that if one of your creeks dry up, you still got some reserve money. Touch your neighbor and say, reserve money. See, but you want to put all of your eggs in one basket. You want to work 40 hours a week. FICA gets some, NICA gets some, and all them other people get some of your money. You carry home what the government says left, and you're satisfied with that. You're satisfied with making somebody else rich, and you don't never want to be rich yourself. You want to live in poverty and think that you are going to heaven because you are post-saint. Reserve money. When we go and we read that and we start talking about the multiple streams, that was one big river, and then there were streams that were flowing in, and one of the streams represented gold. I'm tired of poor ass black folk and being poor because of the bullshit in the pulpit. I ain't teaching you nothing about no investments. I ain't teaching you. I've had multiple businesses. I ain't never borrowed no money from no bank. I created my income by applying my knowledge of what I was doing. And as long as you have broke thoughts, you have broke results. All right, that's enough. I'll deal with that on, see, I got somebody on here talking about, wait a minute, let me read what this on Instagram, because this is a fool. Let me read this, then I'm gonna take a commercial break and come back and read this white man's letter. Let me find it. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I saw it flash. Here's somebody that says, it's 35 hours and I get breaks, lunch, and I work at other jobs. Not everyone has to find wealth your way. Bitch, you ought to be tired. You work 35 hours and I get breaks, lunches, and I work at other jobs. Not everyone has to find wealth. This comes from somebody named Bella Moa on Instagram. You ought to be tired, first of all. You ain't even got a full-time job. 35 hours. I get some breaks, I get some lunches, and I work at other jobs. Damn, fool. How you gonna get wealth when you're working for everybody else's job? When you gonna take time to get you something of your own? You working at everybody else's job. And you satisfied because you get some lunches, some breaks, and what else you get? And I work at the other people's job. Isn't that the reason that we don't have wealth in our community? Is because we're satisfied with the poverty mindset that we have, that it's all right to work 50 and 60 and 70 and 80 jobs for other folk. Yeah. You tired, baby. But you mad because I'm talking about wealth and success and creating wealth. Okay, listen, I'll say that for tomorrow night. I'm gonna take a commercial break, and then when I come back, I got a letter from a white man. And normally I don't even respond to folk that don't put their names on mail. But I need some of you all to know what certain segments of the white community thinks. Oh, let me thank one of my good white friends, long time. Attorney Joseph Osment. This morning, I went to court. The man, Melvin Willies, who killed my son last year, he's been indicted. He was upstairs for bond arraignment. And you have to go there and tell the judge who your lawyer is. And he said, Joe Osment. I said, Joe Osment? Joe Osment and I have been friends, probably about 20 years. I did commercials for him on TV and even when I was in radio. I think he even handled one of my divorces, I don't know. But I've known Joe. I said, Joe can't know that he's representing the man, and Joe wasn't up there. One of his guys, attorneys that worked in the office was in there. I said, Joe can't know that he's representing the man that ran over my son as a drunk driver and took his life. So I beckoned when he got through talking to Melvin Willis out in the hall, I didn't interrupt him. I wasn't ugly or anything. I said, you work for Attorney Osmond? He said, yes. I said, well, tell him that Thaddeus Matthews said that he's representing the man that murdered my son. Later on this afternoon, Joe called me himself. Joe Osmond is getting off of the case. So if any of Melvin Willis folks is watching, he gonna let somebody else in there handle it. Y'all didn't mention my name, and I guess I wouldn't need if I was y'all. When y'all went in office, he gonna let one of them other attorneys for it. But Attorney Osmond, and I want to publicly thank Attorney Joseph Osmond, who was a great attorney. Call him if you need him. I ain't got his number. Osmond is spelled O-Z-M-E-N-T. Tell him I told you to call him. He's a great lawyer. He's represented me on several different occasions. But I have to tell him publicly that I appreciate him getting off of that particular case. He said, man, I've known you too long to try to represent him in the death of your son. So I appreciate him, all right, for doing that. Let's take a commercial break, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna read this letter. We'll be back here on the Thaddeus Matthews Show. All right, who else needs to come on?
Some Yvette, she starting fights.
Who?
Yvette,
Yvette, what you doing?
starting fights. And
How she start fights on my damn page? Bitch, you finna be gone. Find the bitch. You ain't found her yet.
That's fair. They lit in on us, so it might.
What, did the bitch say something about me?
Uh-huh.
I'll find that hoe. We gonna send her to where that horse she ride that she called mama home. You think that'll preach there? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit in the pulpit. Mm.
Did she take herself out?
Hmm?
I was wondering if she had blocked herself and found her.
Yvette Williams, you're gone, bitch. Bring it all the way back up to where it
Is it?
was. Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
She gone now.
They lit in on. About 4 or 5 of them. I was like,
What she said about me?
She ain't like the way he was talking. She putting sad faces and shit up. Then she started calling them hoes, cause they was defending you. And one of them said it was your man, your mammy. I was like, oh Lord, let me take her out for a big fight.
All night, all day. All right. She gone. Let's see who I need to block on this Instagram. Latasha, you burned your pork chops, baby.
Who's watching the show?
Dog. Girl brought me a pork chop. Willis, Texas, all right. Girl, hope you got some more pork chops at the house now. Cleveland checking in, all right. On the Instagram, Cleveland, Texas. Charlotte is in the house. North Carolinas. You from seeing? Why I'm always cussing? Cause I motherfucking want to. If you don't like it, why the fuck you on the goddamn page?
And that name is Ford. That was John Ford, Joe Ford, and Ophelia Ford. Now, Shelby County.
I got 4, so 2 were saved. All right, Los Angeles, New Jersey.
Elected as the state senator for District 29.
You finna get that Ronald Drake on? Get that bitch. Bitch, I don't need no diet. I'm fine. I'm fine the way I is. Bitch, you just wish you had me. That's what you wish. You wishing you had some of this.
That was a dude.
Alligator, oh, he looked like a girl. Alligator, Mississippi. Where the fuck is Alligator, Mississippi? Somebody else mentioned to me Alligator, Mississippi. Pennsylvania's in the house. Boston, Massachusetts, Oakland. South Carolina. Is that gonna be too hard for him Sunday, y'all? Bullshit in the pulpit?
There goes Darcy.
Huh?
Darcy
Who?
on Facebook.
What about, what?
Might have bumped up there.
What's
The
that?
lady from Pennsylvania,
Uh,
that came to church.
oh, okay, Darcy. Hey, girl. West Virginia in the house. Do y'all think that'll preach Sunday? Bullshit in the pulpit. New York City. New York City. Pensacola, Florida. Clarksdale. Oh, somebody said Alligator, Mississippi is below Clarksdale.
There are politicians who, for their own selfish agendas, are upset with Tennessee's state senator Reginald Tate for crossing party lines and voting to make life better.
How many I got left?
Isn't it a shame that politicians care?
Yeah, bring me on back after this.
Than what's good for all the people of this state. Reginald Tate, a lifelong Memphian, has served well for 12 years and accomplished much. And much of his accomplishment is because of his willingness to work for the people and not
Shakira,
for a political party.
you look like bullshit with all that goddamn weave on your motherfucking head. Look like, bitch, you got the whole goddamn stove. The Chinese ain't got shit left, dude.
40 seconds.
Bitch. You think you white. Bitch, you don't look like you no damn Chinese. You're an ugly niece.
Damn.
You look like somebody's ugly nephew. But you gone.
That you can be proud of. Vote August 2nd for Senator Reginald Tate. And
20 seconds.
continue working for all.
West Helena,
Send a
Arkansas.
message to all other politicians
All
that
right.
we don't care about your party politics.
Iceland in the house.
10 seconds.
Well done.
Shelby County and the state of Tennessee, paid for by the committee to.
You got 5, 4, 3, 2, you're back.
And welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you so very much. Let me read a letter that I got. And again, I don't normally listen to or read this, but I opened this before I looked at it. It didn't have nobody's name on here. Then as I got to reading it, I knew it was from a white man. And I want you to know what some white folk, not all white folk ain't bad, like all black folk ain't good. But I want to read, his caption was, "The race that controls the Supreme Court rules the country." All right, where do we go from here? All civil rights laws will be aborted. Sadly, we are about to be set back to the way things were prior to the civil rights movement. The fact that Negroes did not put a Democrat in the White House will have repercussions that will have you and all other blacks not only back on the back of the bus, you will lose your voting rights. Since the last election, I suggest you forget the Democrat label. It means nothing. All white people, both Democrats and Republicans, are aware of the changing demographics that will see the racial makeup of the community go from predominantly white to predominantly black and brown. In order to preserve the white race as a majority, it is necessary for all white people to forget party affiliations and unite to control the Supreme Court. This has happened, and now with whites about to become the minority in this country, they will have power over you Negroes by controlling the Supreme Court for the next 40 years. They will be able to reverse all these laws that have given you people the right to vote, the right to own a TV network, the right to run for office, the right to attend schools that are equal to white schools, the right to live where you want to. I can list hundreds of rights you are about to lose with a Supreme Court that will be conservative or white for at least the next 40 years. And there is nothing that any of you people can do about it. So perhaps you can stop worrying about kumbaya. It is almost over. You can thank the decline of Negroes to the fact that you and other shiftless MLs failed to vote Democrat last election. That is how we got Trump and a Republican-controlled Supreme Court. Incidentally, tell your listeners and viewers to hurry up and spend the food stamps they have. They'll soon be obsolete. This is a sad day for the black man because he don't know nothing. The saddest thing is the dumbass niggas don't know that he don't know nothing. Look up the word apartheid. Call one of your friends who is intelligent to have it explained to you. When you have a majority being ruled by the minority being the white man. Well, Mr. White Man, it's all right. Because I'll never be a slave. And you'll never control me. Because I control my own destiny. Okay? I control my own destiny. And I have no fear of you, Mr. White Man. All the handkerchief-head Negroes that you send into our community to deceive the very elect of us. We have no fear of, at least I don't. None. The Democratic Party has taken advantage of black folks for over the last 50 years. Okay? Over the last 50 years. The Shelby County Democratic Party that we have here in this city is a nothing-ass organization. It has no power, and it has no money. The Shelby County Democrat, what's the boy's name that's over there? Corey Strong. Sir, you're a joke. The party's a joke. Y'all taking money from Democrats, candidates, but you have not been able to give one candidate any money in this election. Not one. Okay? So please understand, I don't give a damn about a Democrat or a Republican. I'm going to support and vote for those who I feel is going to carry out some of the agenda that is going to benefit those of us in the African American community and those of us all over that are low and moderate income individuals to achieve the agendas of pulling ourselves up. That's the reason I'm telling you, don't vote for that clown, Lee Harris. Lee Harris is that white boy that the developers, the white bigots who are in control have decided we're gonna put this good color in place so that we can tell this good Negro what we want done. Do not at all, black folk, vote for this clown, not Joseph, he didn't win. He didn't spend no money with me either. That's the reason your ass didn't win. Lee Harris, okay? Lee Harris is a joke. He wants to raise, he ain't got no problem raising your taxes. He voted against the second chance program. He voted for cuts for the police department, $6 million. What is he going to do? Vote David Lenore. At least David Lenore spent some money on this black program. Lee Harris wanted to play me. I didn't even know he was on TV. You got to be living under a damn rock not to know that the fatty bear is on TV. Okay? So give him your vote. Give Floyd Bonner your vote. Give Edmund Ford Jr. your vote for District 9. Justin Ford for District 29. You got a woman running. We can't even say her name. Okay? Her father's a white African. You know, the kind that had us caught in apartheid. I'm telling you the truth. Okay? I'm telling you the truth. Her father is a white African from Africa. Them that had us in apartheid. I'm telling you the truth. That's the reason her name, the name it is, Romishi. Okay? See, y'all scared to tell the truth because y'all be wanting to shame the devil. We cannot allow what's been going on in our community to go up, and somebody got to stand up and tell it. Vote for Justin Ford, District 29. Register of Deeds, Shelandra Ford. Give Shelandra Ford your vote. Barbara Cooper, give her your support. She's 80 years old, but Barbara Cooper is out there. See, I listened to some of you talking about, let's get some young folk. Some of these young folk who have the agenda of white folk don't need to be there. There is a segment of white folk that want control of Memphis, want control of Shelby County, want control of your areas around the country. Okay? Antonio Lopez, Representative, glad to have you here tonight. They want control of your politics. They want control of your communities. How do they get control? They find these handkerchief-head Negroes, young Negroes that don't know nothing about the system, don't know nothing about their history, who are ambitious, and these white folk promise them the crumbs that fall from the table. So these Negroes come into our community and they are the Judases of our community. Barbara Cooper, every time I call her, I'm gonna get a call back. Tamara that works in her office in Nashville is gonna get in touch with me for her. We got to have representatives in office that's going to take care of poor black folk and poor folk, period. Antonio Parkinson. And he gave me this idea with the sign here. We're gonna better position it. Let me do it like this here. Yeah, I can see how to do it on the camera. There it is. Antonio Parkinson, state representative. You other candidates, y'all want your sign up here on the stage with me? Bring me $1,000. Call me tomorrow and bring it to me. Cash if you prefer, cause y'all know not to give me no bad paper, no way. But State Representative Antonio Parkinson, who's out there working, who does his carnival every year, we must bring folk to the table. Okay? I got 2 minutes. White folk who are in power and control, and please understand, in your local, you ain't got no Negroes that's really running nothing. That's the reason I take your vote for Floyd Bond, because he'll be the highest ranking law enforcement officer, and he does not have to give homage to anybody. But the white agenda is we take control of the black community by finding these ambitious young Negroes that don't know do. Well, hell, I've been saying bullshit all night. That they full of bullshit too. And they're coming into our communities, they're bringing the white man's agenda. They have organizations where they train these young Negroes in our city to go out into the hedges and highways in our community, and they are destroying us. But we got to stand up and do what is right. The white man that does not want to see you progress is a dangerous individual. And more dangerous than him is an handkerchief head Negro that comes into our community. So vote for Barbara Cooper, Eddie Neal, Antonio Parkinson, Yolanda Kite. I'm gonna cut her commercial tomorrow. She's running for Circuit Court Judge, Division 9. We need somebody in Circuit Court that's going to be working for the people. It's right to vote Kite. All right. Allison Brown Lee and LaTroy Williams. I'm just giving it to you the way. If they're not supporting this program, don't vote for them. You politicians that want your sign up here behind my head, bring me $1,000. You can stay on the show until August 2nd. It's about getting paid. It ain't about nothing else but finance. Yeah, that's what business is all about. Is it time for me to go? It's time for me to go. All right. Don't forget to join me on tomorrow night. Has the black church, as it is now, become obsolete? All right, my name is Thaddeus Matthews. I did my thing for the night. I'll do it all over again tomorrow night, right here on the SVP TV network. Until then, top of the evening to you. Top of the evening to you. That's where it needs to be, right here, Dale.
Yeah. I didn't want to be seen on your screen, that's all.
Hey, y'all. What's going on?
What's going on?
My man is advertising all behind